Now, we've seen many new terms enter the lexicon, maybe few as intriguing as NFT, non-fungible token. In effect, these are digital tokens of ownership that represents a real-world artwork or other object. And as we've been hearing, they've been soaring in popularity and value, with an NFT relating to the work by the digital artist Beeple fetching £50 million. Well, the auction house Sotheby's recently launched Metaverse. That's a platform solely dedicated to the marketing of NFTs. And Sebastian Fahy is Managing Director for Europe and the Middle East. He's also the project lead for NFTs at Sotheby's. Good morning.
Good morning.
Explain to us why you're getting into this market and give us a few examples of exactly the kind of transactions you've seen here.
Okay, well, Sotheby's is a 277-year-old company, and we've remained the leader of the art market because we've been able to evolve and constantly adapt over time, responding to the demand and embracing innovation. So non-fungible tokens are essentially a digital certificate of ownership for a digital asset. So when a client purchases an NFT, they're buying a token or a certificate that, and thus the underlying.
So why do you want part of this market? Because, you know, you already have a very strong foothold in other parts of the market.
So we've seen a meteoric rise in the volume of value of NFTs sold last year, but the NFTs, the technology behind that, has been running for around 7 years. We've been watching the market closely and decided to enter in April last year was a sale of the artist pack, the legendary digital creator pack. And since then, we've sold around $100 million of NFTs globally since April last year. In October, as you mentioned, we launched Sotheby's Metaverse, which is the first of its kind digital dedicated Web3 enabled marketplace. Where our NFT sales will take place in future.
And in many cases, however, the artist retains the copyright of the works concerned, and they can often be viewed or copied freely. So how meaningful are these as assets? You know, I heard my colleague refer to them earlier as snake oil.
Before the technology of NFTs, it was very difficult to trade or assign value to digital art. Digital art has obviously been around since the 1960s, but this technology does allow the ownership of the digital asset to be verifiable on the blockchain, and that is why we're seeing this catch up of the demand and value historic lag.
At the same time, however, we've even had the artist who's known as Beeple expressing concerns we could be looking at somewhat of a bubble here because of the amount of money that's piled in and the hype around it. Isn't that something that's concerning?
We've seen a big rise in the value and volume. However, there is also a huge rise in the community of buyers who assign a value to owning NFTs, and this continues to grow. We're also going to see with the onset of Web3 technologies, many other artists use this technology and come into the space, as well as many other companies releasing digital assets sold as NFTs. So the demand and value is very much something that we are seeing, expected to see a long future of.
Okay, one for us to look at very carefully in the years to come. Sebastian Fahy, thank you.